What's going on, guys? Hey, I just want to take the time. I got a bunch of deliveries today for Instruments for Education, so that'll be a good time. I got some miles to put on. Wanted to have a little candid conversation about me and music, and kind of going off that last post that I posted about music, sometimes wanting to quit and just go work at Walmart. I know with many of my many of my artist friends, it's the same thing. I mean, I gotta start from the beginning here, maybe. Like, man, I basically quit a life where, I had a good web design business in the 2000s. I was playing in a rock band up there in Minnesota. The web business was lucrative. We were doing okay, and music just kept tugging on my shirt, would never let me go. And after so many years, I finally took that as a sign that that's what I have to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. And making a decision like leaving everything including a good job, is always a risk. But I also think that, man, especially at this age in life, being middle-aged, it's like, I really think about how short life is. And if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? So, I made the mental choice. I guess it was about 2008, 2009. I had some record company kind of courting me in Los Angeles, and it just really made me think that that's what I need to be doing, is making music. So, but I gotta say, making money from music, like, less than 1% of the people you see that make music and play music and do it for a livelihood are making a livelihood. It's like, it's so hard to make money in this business, especially a livelihood, and a secure livelihood. It ain't ever gonna be a secure livelihood. So, my comment about quitting and going and working at Walmart, I don't think I would ever do that, because that goes back to life is too short. Just follow your heart, follow your dreams. You hear that in my songs. You hear that in a lot of my music. And I truly believe, if you can do something, even though you're not going to have as many things in your life, as much money, but you can do what you love, go do that. Maybe that can turn into something like, you'd have a hit song. I'd have a hit song, and everything would be all hunky-dory, right? But like I said, that truly is pretty rare. So I decided, like, what I'm going to do is just do it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up every day. I'm going to be a songwriter. I'm going to be a producer. I'm going to be a music maker. And I'm just going to do it, and we'll see what happens. And, throughout the years, there's so many ups and downs. I mean, I've got to do some pretty amazing things in my life and meet some pretty amazing people. Playing on a Tommy Lee record and getting credits on that was the coolest thing. Opening up for Cheap Trick at Midway Stadium. I mean, there's a lot of things. TV, music, things. Even back in my home state of Minnesota, like, I got 4 jingles running up there. And it's just all of these little things stack up to be a career. And a lot of times the money really isn't there, and it's always just a struggle. So I am doing those multi-part music things just to make one little livelihood. And I gotta interject that I could not do this without my wife. She is the rock. She's had her own qualms with this whole thing, but she carries the secure job. She carries the health insurance. If it ever came down to it and she wasn't there, wasn't able to work and be in a position where she is, I definitely would probably have to go to Walmart. So throwing that in there. If you can find a partner that supports what you do, that is one of the biggest things to any of us creators. And I gotta say, like, it's really, the tough part for me is like working so hard, because I'm a do-it-yourself guy. I don't have a lot of money to pay everybody for producing records, recording records, doing album art, doing videos, doing any of this stuff. It's all me. It's all my time. And over the years, coming from the web design background, and I went to college for web design and graphic design, so I had the skill set that would also help me with music. And I think that was always my intention of going to college for that kind of stuff, is it would benefit my music. But so I have the ability to make videos, I have the ability to record my own songs, write my own songs, all of it. It's not that I like to do it all myself, because it is tons of time, tons of work, but I just can't afford to hire everybody to do everything. So that's a big part of it too, is if you have a skill set, if you have extra skills that can add to your career and you can do a lot of things yourself, that helps it happen. But back onto the topic of doing what I'm doing and how I'm able to do it, it's just, forcing yourself to do something. And you're going to have ups and downs. And the reasons why I say, I'm going to quit and work at Walmart, I think that thought comes up weekly. It really is, because I pour my heart and soul, and I know I'm not entitled to any return on it. I'm just always hoping that there's some connection with the people that listen to my music and want to come back for more and keep playing that thing. Because when you stream and play the music, especially when you buy and purchase the music, it's like, that's what adds to my livelihood, and it kind of stacks up little by little. But why I say I want to quit is because you do put your heart and soul into it, and there's so much noise on the internet, and just trying to cut through all of the other people doing this same thing is one of the hardest things too. I mean, if you're a tree in the woods, I guess it's a band name too, Screaming Trees, how do you know which tree is screaming? I mean, you could never figure it out, because that scream echoes throughout the woods and you can't pinpoint where it's coming from. But it's all the work that's put into it all the time. People talk about ROI, right? They talk about ROI, return on investment. Well, I call it ROT. It's funny because it's rot. It's probably what I'm doing, rotting away here. But rot is return on time. Return on time, man. Life is so short that all this time that I spent making music, I thought at one point, it would be so lucrative that I'd be able to enjoy a little bit more life. And I do enjoy life, don't get me wrong, but I thought, it'd be like month-long vacations and stuff like that. But I mean, that's the fantasy part of it. But it's, all of these things that you want from what you create. First of all, I create it because that's the only thing I can do. I can't stop. I don't know. Just never will be able to. So let's see if this addiction can make me a livelihood. And when you work so hard at it and you get such little return, it's so frustrating. It's like, man, I feel like my music competes with everything out there, maybe a notch above a lot of it, but it doesn't seem to get the attention of the masses, where it creates this life and livelihood that I've always dreamed about. We all dream about that, don't get me wrong. And I'm trying to make that dream come true in the hardest business in the world. So that's what gets frustrating. And that's for any artist. That's for actors. That's for painters. That's for anybody that follows their life passion and wants a little more life out of it all. But what I keep coming back to is like, man, I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have this opportunity every day. I say this, I'm gonna put it in a song. Every day is a second chance. You know, every day is a new scratch off lottery ticket. Anything could happen. But if I didn't have this daily drive that exists without the monetary need and gain, I probably wouldn't do this for very long. But, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, I have this need to create. And the need to create really also is a form of addiction, because I know when right now I just got done finishing a record, and what that includes is all of the recording, the writing time, the recording time, the producing time, the mixing time, the promotion time, all of that. And it brings about this time when I have nothing to do, which is not quite true, but all of a sudden I'm not as busy. And then that brings on this kind of depression, like what I ain't got nothing going on. I'm not doing much. I need to be working. And the only way through that is to create. So every day I'm blessed to be able to create music, have that second chance, and I've always got something to work on. That is the Lord's gift to me, I guess. But guys, I just wanted to give you a little insight of where I came from with that comment, and I hope you guys all understand. And man, I am so thankful and grateful for every one of you that buys a CD or new vinyl that I have coming out. Any of you that buys a ticket to my show, any of you that streams my music, puts it on a playlist, any of you that share my music with other people, that makes me feel like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it helps me create that little bit of livelihood to keep me inspired. So thank you guys so much. And sorry for this long rant, and not really rant, but candid conversation from me as an artist and some of the feelings I go through. Love y'all, and have a great day. All right, peace.